Hey, what's up, y'all? Thought I'd make a little video. Got my Stella Artois. Shout out to Stella Artois for making some fancy good beer. No, they did not pay me, but they should be. They should be. Anyways, yeah, I got this email from a lady named Emily Walker. So shout out to you, Emily Walker. I believe she's been watching me for a long time now, and she asked me about this coffee shop in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, where I used to live for 2 years, where I started making YouTube videos. I used to frequent L'Irresistible Coffee. This place on Street One. It's on Street 454, Corner Street 155. Pretty sure that's the correct address. And I used to talk about how I enjoyed going there. And I went there for about the first 6 months I lived in Cambodia. I enjoyed going there a lot, and then I just kind of stopped going because I moved to a different area of town. And so she asked me what other places I miss in Cambodia. And she thinks that I'll be traveling again soon. Well, maybe domestically, meaning inside of the USA. I don't plan on leaving America anytime soon. It could happen. In fact, last night I was hanging with my good buddies, and we were talking about possibly going to Japan in the next maybe year and a half, 2 years. I mean, look, guys, 6 months ago I was in Phnom Penh. I was just about to meet Chiva, my transgender ex-girlfriend, and at that time I would have never fucking imagined I'd be living in my hometown where I grew up. I just wouldn't have ever imagined that, and here I am. So in 6 more months, dude, I have no idea, and that's kind of the cool thing about life in general, is that you just don't know. And that's kind of what keeps me going, because if I did know, I probably wouldn't be as enthusiastic. But anyways, I'm going to shut the fuck up now. Well, actually, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to talk about 3 things about Cambodia, about living in Phnom Penh, that I miss. Now, these are not the top 3. This is not the 3 things that I most miss about Cambodia. They're just 3 things that I happen to miss and that I thought about. So, number 1 would be cycling the backcountry roads of Cambodia. Man, I had it pretty good, because when I lived there for about a year and a half of my time there, like the last year and a half, I was self-employed. So I made my hours, and typically I worked in the morning and I was free in the evening, and oftentimes I just work in the morning and had the rest of the day free. And that was usually the case. Like, I would work from maybe I would train my clients from like 6:30 a.m. maybe till around 11 a.m. and then I was done, like, for the whole day. It was awesome. So what I would do is I would get baked as fuck, and then I would go cycle the backcountry roads of Cambodia. I lived in Phnom Penh, and I had this really, really nice off-road long-distance bicycle, which some of you guys know about. Like, I showed it in my videos. I even attempted to ride up to the Mondulkiri province from Phnom Penh on a city bike, which was, in hindsight, maybe not the best idea, but I tried it, and I made it 154 kilometers and in 8 hours, actually. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I had some fucking journeys out there, and I feel like cycling is it's such an authentic way. Well, it's just, I mean, like, it's right there in front of you. I mean, it's such an intimate way, I should say, an intimate way to explore your surroundings. I should say that, intimate. And that's kind of how I felt, because all I had to do was simply stop my bicycle, get off, and there I am. I'm not in a car, I'm not on a bus, I'm not in a taxi, I'm not on a fucking plane or whatever. I'm on a bicycle, and I'm in charge. And that's what I really, really liked about it. Plus, I got a hell of a workout, man, and I got some strong-ass legs now, so, and I built up my cardio. So, yeah, man, if you guys do travel anywhere in the world, I suggest you cycle, because you get exercise, it's fucking fun, it's very satisfying, you get your endorphins going, and you get to explore. And I saw some amazing little nooks and crannies of Cambodia that I guarantee a lot of the other foreigners or expats there didn't ever get to see, simply because I rode on a bicycle. Now am I the only guy who cycled in Cambodia? Absolutely not. Of course not. There's tons of cyclists there, but that's something that I took a lot of joy out of, and something that a lot of my friends there didn't really want to do, either because they weren't in good enough shape to go as long as I did, meaning, like, I'd be out there for 4 to 5 hours in a day just cruising all around. And a lot of my pretty much everybody that I knew wasn't willing to deal with the heat. And I guess I'm a physical specimen because I can withstand the heat and the long distance cycling. That's why my cardiovascular system is pretty good and my legs are pretty strong. Even though they're not that big, they're pretty strong. Yeah, so I definitely miss cycling the backcountry roads, which begs the question, well, now that I live in Virginia, where I grew up, where it's all country, it's all farmlands, rolling hills, got the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains out here. I do not have a bicycle at the moment. However, I plan on getting one in the very near future, and I will take my camera out and I will show you guys the surrounding area. I will show you guys the town. That's just you guys are gonna have to wait on that. I'm not in the position to buy a bicycle right now, but I will be very soon. So anyways, what's another thing I miss about Cambodia? Well, off the top of my head, I miss going to Pink Elephant on the riverside and getting happy shakes whenever I want. Now, obviously there's marijuana here in the States. There's plenty of it. There's edibles here, but it was kind of like my thing, and a lot of y'all know it if you guys have been following me. Like, that was my thing where I'd go to Pink Elephant and I'd get a happy shake. And for those of you who don't know what a happy shake is, it's basically just a fruit smoothie with dosages of weed in it. And most people just get the regular happy shake. It's like $2.50. You get about a teaspoon of powdered, like, ground up marijuana in there, and it gives you a nice buzz. But old no joke over here, after a couple weeks of that, had to step it up to 2x, and then I was all the way up to getting a 5x every single time, and I got blitzed. It was bad. It was bad, and I had a great fucking time doing it. Blah blah blah. I take nothing back, man. That was my fucking thing out there. I would get a 5x happy shake and I would go cycling. I would do that all the time. I would even train my clients like that, and a lot of you were like, well, oh my god, he's intoxicated and he's training people to be physically fit. Absolutely. I'm a very good personal trainer. Which also begs the question, why am I not doing that now? Well, here in America, I'm not certified at the moment, and out here to be employed, you pretty much need to have a piece of paper that says you know what you're doing. But anybody that trained with me knows damn well that I know what I'm doing. Anyways, I don't even need to talk about all that. Last thing that I honestly really miss about living in Cambodia, I really miss ketamine. That's my favorite drug to do. That's my favorite drug to get fucked up and trip balls on. I found it to be incredible. And anyone who's done ketamine, you guys know that there's nothing quite like it. There's no other drug that delivers that kind of psychedelic trip, that delivers that kind of dissociative power. Dissociative meaning like it dissociates you from everything you know to be. Yeah, and it's something that I really love. So, like, I would go to a pharmacy in Phnom Penh near Sak Kandal, which is Kandal Market, and I'd usually get 2 vials of ketamine, which was enough for after you cook it, because I bought the liquid ketamine in a vial, so I know it was pure. It's ketamine hydrochloride, and you take the vials, you empty the contents into a skillet, basically. You hold it over low heat, and it starts to smoke and steam and all that, and then the water gets cooked out, or evaporates rather, and then you're left with this crystallized ketamine, and you scrape it off, and then you cut it into lines and you snort it. That's what you do. And anybody who does ketamine or has experience with it probably knows that. And the awesome thing about it is that it's pure. It's not cut. It's not cut. Like, if you buy ketamine and it's already in powder form, good chances are it's not pure ketamine. Just like if you buy cocaine, heroin, MDMA, speed or meth or whatever, chances are if it's not in the liquid or like original form, I guess coke doesn't come in liquid, but yeah, it might. I don't even know. Don't have a lot of experience with coke. Just ketamine and MDMA really, and acid. So I knew it was pure, and it was just really cool because anytime I just got a wild hair at my ass, I'd be like, you know what? Got nothing to do tonight. Got nothing to do the next day. Go buy a couple vials of ketamine. I'll go home about 6, 7 o'clock. I'll cook it, and I'm good all night long. I would probably do a big fat ass line. For you fucking Americans, I'd say about a 2-inch line, which is what, like 4.5 centimeters, and I would I would do one of those about every 45 minutes, maybe to an hour, and I would have about 12 to 15 of those, which oftentimes when I did ketamine, when I bought more than I knew I could do. And anybody that likes to party sometimes, granted, I'm not doing this shit now. I'm not doing that, but I'd be lying if I said that I don't want to do ketamine sometimes, because I do. It's fun. It's a fantastic feeling, for me at least. Anybody knows that whether it's heroin, coke, ketamine, anything that you want to party and vibe out on, you want to get more than you know you can do, because there's no worse feeling when you're trying to party and have a good time. In the back of your mind, you know that you're about to run out. I hated that feeling. I wanted to be partying and vibing out to my drug and know that I couldn't do all of it, even if it was my life goal. I couldn't do all of it. So that's kind of how I got down. Anyways, I just thought I'd make a little video about about 3 things I miss about living in Phnom Penh. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I miss the temples. I miss the people. I miss the weather, because the weather's hot as fuck. It's humid as fuck all the time. It's summer all the time. The people are not to be trusted. They're generally pretty uneducated, ignorant, and they're very like close-minded. And I don't miss Khmer people, really. I mean, like, some of them are nice, but generally speaking, dealing with them was a fucking pain in the ass, and they're just not to be trusted. Even if you're Khmer, they're not to be trusted. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about the temples, because that's just not something that I really miss. I mean, like, they're beautiful and all, but anyways, guys, I just thought I'd make a quick little video about 3 things I miss about living in Phnom Penh. If you guys want to send me an email, ask me any questions about anything, because you guys know I talk about pretty much anything on my channel, anything that I feel like I can talk about. Shoot me an email at nojokestriking@gmail.com. Bitches. That's nojokestriking@gmail.com. Bitches. I appreciate your loyalty, your viewership. You can all go fuck your mothers. Peace.